Greetings and welcome to our video about credit card debt and how it's robbing you and your family. We're going to show you how they do it and how much they take. But first, a few suggestions. Please turn up your speakers. And to enlarge this video, there is in your upper right hand corner, there's a circle with an X in it. Please click on that X and it will enlarge the video for you so you can read along, make it larger. All right, let's get to it. As I mentioned, credit card debt is robbing you and your family. This is going to make you mad. How much of each dollar you earn is left for savings, and this is going to shock you and your options to becoming debt-free, and this will be an eye-opener. As I mentioned, debt is robbing you of the ability to save money for your retirement, your children's education, saving for a down payment on a house, or just enjoying the fruits of your labor. And let's prove it to you. All right, today you're going to go to work and you're going to make $1. Out of that dollar, you're going to pay federal, state income taxes, Social Security taxes, Medicare taxes, and other miscellaneous taxes and deductions. These are called direct taxes. The average taxpayer pays anywhere from 26 to 32 cents of every dollar for these taxes. That means you're going to retain about a third of your income is going to go to taxes. You're going to retain about 2/3. In this example, we're going to use 30 cents to pay your taxes. Next, out of that dollar, you're going to pay more dreaded taxes. These are called sales or excise taxes, which range from 5 to 8% depending on the state that you live in. We're going to use 5 cents in this example. Next, out of your dollar comes your cost of overhead, what it costs you to live, pay rent, mortgage, food, utilities, and so forth. The IRS standard says that the average family spends from 28 to 32 cents out of every dollar, and we're going to use 30 cents in this example for overhead. Next, if you owe money on your credit cards, and that's why you're here today, then you will pay interest on that credit cards, as you're well aware. But what you probably are not aware of, and what most people don't know, is that if you pay the minimum payment you're billed for each month, it is mathematically designed by the credit card companies to take you more than 30 years to pay it off. Let me show you. This is a credit card statement from one of our clients. In this example, he owes $36,951. His minimum payment is $784 a month. If you scroll down to the green circles, you will see that if he makes the minimum payment, it will take him 42 years to pay it off, and he will pay an additional $101,000 in interest. Imagine what that $101,000 could do in your 401k, how it would grow over the years. That's where your money should be, not paying interest in credit card debt. It's outrageous, and it's why you can't save any money. In this example, we're going to use 29 cents of every dollar goes to interest for the next 30 to 40 years. All right, let's add them up. Got 30 cents for taxes, 5 cents for sales taxes, 30 cents for overhead, 29 cents for interest. Adds up to 94 cents out of every dollar, leaving you 6 measly pennies to save for your retirement, your children's education, or just enjoying life. Now, you can probably figure out the math yourself, but you don't have enough years left. I don't care if you're 10 years old. If you're saving 6 cents out of every dollar, you're not going to have anything left to retire on. And Social Security is not a retirement program, even if you're lucky enough to get there, and it's still there itself. So you should be mad. So let's check out your options. There are only 3 options when it comes to getting rid of your debt. Option number 1 is debt negotiation, is basically settling with your creditors for a percentage of what you owe. Typically, a creditor will take anywhere from 30 to 50 cents, 50 cents being the worst case, as a settlement in full. The downside is that your creditor is legally obligated to send you a 1099 miscellaneous for the difference. This is called debt forgiveness, and the IRS calls it a taxable event. In other words, you're going to pay tax. It's like you got a check in the mail for the difference. Now, there is a way to get rid of that. It's called, if you're insolvent, which means you are worth less than you owe, then you are considered insolvent. Do a Google search for debt forgiveness, IRS taxes, insolvency, those keywords, and you can get an idea how to get rid of that debt forgiveness. In order to qualify for debt negotiation, you're going to need cash. So if you owe 20 grand, you're going to need 6 to 10,000. Be sure that you don't attempt to settle a few, run out of cash, and then have to file bankruptcy. You've wasted that cash. That could have gone into your retirement account. Option 2 is called consumer credit counseling. In a nutshell, you pay 2% of the balance owed each month through a plan developed through consumer credit counseling and your creditors. Example, you still owe the $20,000 on your credit cards. Times 2% equals $400 a month for approximately 50 months, assuming some of your creditors agree to freeze the interest. Some will, some won't, some will cut it in half. To qualify, all you need is $400 a month left over after paying all of your overhead. Note that the plan developed, you'll pay back 100% of your debts as opposed to 33 to 50% using the tactics mentioned in option 1. Now, in some cases, consumer credit counseling won't take you. If you have lawsuits filed against you, they won't accept you. They can't stop foreclosures, wage garnishments, or bank levies. And your credit report is also a red flag to note that you're in a credit repayment program. So getting new credit will be very difficult during the next 50 months if you're in the program. So if you don't qualify for consumer credit counseling or debt negotiation, your only option left to get rid of debt is bankruptcy. But which chapter? There are 2 chapters available to consumers, 7 and 13. A 7 is a liquidation bankruptcy, which means all of your unsecured debt is wiped out. That's your Visa, your doctors, your hospitals, your credit cards, things of that nature. If you have a house payment or car payment, you have to make those payments in order to keep the items. Those are called secured items. You're in and out of bankruptcy in approximately 90 to 100 days with one short court appearance. It's not really a court appearance, it's an administrative type of hearing in front of your trustee, not the judge. Chapter 13 is a reorganization bankruptcy where you pay all your unsecured creditors whatever is left over from your paycheck after paying all of your overhead through a plan of either 36 to 60 months. But you're going to be in bankruptcy for the next 3 to 5 years. Obviously, most people want to be in and out of bankruptcy as soon as possible so they can start rebuilding. Now, it's easy to buy a home 2 years after your bankruptcy, buy a car immediately, but you need to rebuild your scores, your FICO scores. And you can do that easily within 6 to 9 months to get them up over 650 to 700. Very easy to do, and we can show you that. Now, to qualify, for Chapter 7. Click on the link on this homepage called Do You Qualify? Answer the 6 simple yes or no questions, enter your monthly income, and you'll get immediate results. We also have another plan for you. If you fail, we can send you to our Pass the Means Test website, and you can download our book, Taking the Mystery Out of the Means Test, to show you some loopholes and strategies to let you pass. Now, we never assume anyone should file bankruptcy, but we assume everyone should consider all of their options. But when bankruptcy is your best or only option, the question is now, should you hire a lawyer or do it yourself? We also assume that if you can surf the internet, answer a few questions about your finances, follow the step-by-step instructions, and use the samples prepared by attorneys from your state, then you can prepare your own bankruptcies. So if your debts are keeping you from important things, like saving for your kids' education, replacing your car, being able to retire or retire on time, your health care, then you should consider bankruptcy. It's the best option. All right. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. We hope this video has been helpful, educational, eye-opener. Debt is a bad thing. You've got to get rid of it. Thanks for listening.